GhostfaceHorror.com.
Hello, Sydney. Welcome to the frequency.
Something's wrong, I can feel it. It's that 3117 chill. 6 minutes of carnage. The signal didn't fade. We aren't just taking chances. We're rewriting the DNA. I'm beginning to feel like a phantom in the machine. Look, I was gonna go easy, keep the crime scene clean, but I'm bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S, forensic art at the flow. I'm the shape in the shadows, watch the dark orange glow. Knives coming at you with that supernatural speed. Superhuman innovator, planting every dark seed. What I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm the legend in the mass, devastating the audience. It's a monumental task. I'm a titan, I'm a giant, I'm the ghost on the dial. Broadcasting from overtake, yeah, it's been a long while. I'm the reason they're shaking, I'm the glitch in their head. I'm 96, big 6, the voice of the dead. I don't need a label or a fake industry deal. I'm a renegade rebel spinning the cinematic wheel. They wanna cancel the name, let them try to stop the fire. I'm the king of the basement, climbing higher and higher. I'm beginning to feel like a horror rock god, locked in God mode. Studio 3117, watch the system explode. From the front to the back, let the heavy bass nod. I'm a monster, a myth, I'm a lightning rod. A horror rock god, I'm in God mode. Paving the road where the blood is flowed. Breaking the rules, shattering the code. Carrying the culture while the heavens erode. It's the horror you're assuming in the booth with the spirits. Hear the subwoofers booming. It's the 90s heaven, they boost the genre's foundation, mixed with the digital pulse of a new generation. I'm the truth in the silence, I'm the shadow on the wall. I'm the one who stands tall when the other guys fall. Forensic with the bars, audit every single line. Studio 3117, the design is divine. Beginning to feel like a horror rock god, locked in God mode. Studio 3117, watch the system explode. From the front to the back, let the heavy bass nod. I'm a monster, a myth, I'm a lightning rod. A horror rock god, I'm in God mode. Paving the road where the blood is flowed. Breaking the rules, shattering the code. Carrying the culture while the heavens erode. Step into the gallery of the icons of fear, where the legends are born and the exits disappear. I'm the silent white man staring back from the porch, the undying flame that's still holding the torch. I'm the dream weaver's glove with the razors for fingers, the smell of the sulfur that permanently lingers. I'm the hockey mask dripping at the edge of the lake, the ultimate price that the visual will take. I'm the voice on the phone asking what is your favorite, the soul-tearing puzzle if you're daring to brave it. I'm the chainsaw that's screaming through the Texas heat, the ancient dead rising with the words you repeat. I'm the killer doll with the life in its eyes, the hidden perspective in the world of disguise. Audit the nightmare, examine the soul. Studio 3117 has total control. I'm beginning to feel like a horror rock god, locked in God mode. Studio 3117, watch the system explode. From the front to the back, let the heavy bass nod. I'm a monster, a myth, I'm a lightning rod. A horror rock god, I'm in God mode. Paving the road where the blood is flowed. Breaking the rules, shattering the code. Carrying the culture while the heavens erode. We don't fear the facade, standing against the grain, taking the path that's odd. I'm the lightning, I'm the thunder, I'm a god. Horror rockin' god. GhostfaceHorror.com.
Hello, listener. Go ahead and check the deadbolts. Look out the window into the dark. Did you hear a sound downstairs, or is your mind just playing games with you? Out here on the airwaves of the damned, you're never as safe as you think you are. You look at a screen or listen to a speaker thinking you're just a spectator. But tonight, the audience is part of the body count. We've been playing some wicked games on this network. On side A, we took a trip down a deserted back road in the deep acreage where poor Elena found out how serious family business can get. On episode 2, we traced the IP address of an anonymous internet troll who learned the hard way that when you leave venom in the comment section, the monster eventually types back. But tonight, we are dialing into a completely different frequency of isolation. We're tracking a late-night broadcast where the microphone won't save you, the phone line is a trap, and the red light on the console is burning like an open wound. I call this one Dead Air. The glowing red on-air sign cast a stark crimson glare across the mixing console of WKLX 96.6 FM, the only pirate radio frequency cutting through the thick, suffocating darkness of the rural South Georgia acreage. Inside the isolated cinder block studio building trapped behind a rusty chain-link fence, the atmosphere was thick with the scent of stale coffee and hot vacuum tubes. Sitting behind the master microphone was Leo, the station's late-night DJ, working the brutal graveyard shift. For Leo, the late-night airwaves were a sanctuary where he could spin the heaviest underground track lists and chat with the local insomniacs, completely separated from the rest of the world. He slid the master fader down, letting the fading notes of a dark ambient track slide smoothly into the static before pulling his vocal mic live. "You're locked into the midnight frequency, my sleepless listeners," Leo said, his voice a practiced smoky baritone rolling effortlessly over the low-frequency hum of the console. "This is WKLX 96.6 FM, broadcasting straight from the dark heart of the pines. The rain is coming down heavy out there, the roads are empty, but the studio lines are wide open. Give me a call at 555-0196. Tell me what's keeping you awake, or tell me your favorite scary movie. Let's keep the shadows at bay together." Leo hit a toggle, routing the incoming studio lines to his headphones. Instantly, line 1 flashed a bright rhythmic green. He popped the button down, sliding the phone fader up. "WKLX, you're on the air with Leo. Talk to me, Night Owl." For a long, agonizing second, there was nothing but the heavy, empty hiss of telephone line static. Then, a low, smooth, chillingly calm breath rasped through Leo's headphones. The voice that followed was silky, precise, and completely devoid of warmth. "Hello, Leo," the caller whispered. "You have a great voice for radio. It's a shame it's about to be permanently cut." Leo chewed on the inside of his cheek, leaning back in his squeaking swivel chair, assuming it was just a local teenager playing a cliché prank. "All right, appreciate the feedback, caller. You got a request to go with that edge, or are we just practicing our slasher dialogue tonight?" "This isn't a performance, Leo," the voice purred smoothly. "I'm standing right outside your chain-link fence. I can see you through the studio glass. You just took a sip of your coffee. And in exactly 10 seconds, your automated system is going to play that local commercial for the hardware store down the highway." Leo froze, his hand hovering over the console. He looked up at the digital automation monitor. Sure enough, the countdown timer for the current music track was winding down. 03, 02, 01. The music track cut out, and the familiar upbeat jingle for the local hardware store instantly began blasting through the studio monitors. A cold spike of adrenaline shot straight down Leo's spine. His eyes darted past the glowing mixing board, staring through the double-pane studio glass toward the dark, rain-slicked gravel yard outside. The heavy downpour obscured everything, but as a flash of lightning cracked across the South Georgia sky, a towering, motionless silhouette materialized right against the chain-link fence, holding a smartphone to his hidden face. "Who the hell is this?" Leo demanded, his voice losing its professional polish, his thumb violently slamming the dump button to cut the caller off the live airwaves. But the caller didn't disconnect. The line remained aggressively open, the digital voice changer bleeding directly into Leo's headphones anyway. "Don't hang up on me, Leo. That breaks the rules of the game," the voice whispered with a cold, calculated chuckle. "If you cut the feed, drop the power, or try to dial out for help, I'll climb this fence and cut your throat before the police can even route the call. We're going to stay on the air together. I'm going to tell you exactly what track is coming up next on your playlist, and if you don't play it exactly when I say, the final cut is going to happen right there in the studio." Leo's breath hitched, his chest heaving as he stared at the master console. He was completely trapped behind the glass, entirely alone in the dark acreage, with a masked predator controlling the playlist from the shadows outside. "What do you want?" Leo whispered, his eyes locked on the automation screen. "I want an audience, Leo. And tonight, you're going to introduce my masterpiece. Look at your cue. Track number 4. Change it. Put on the unlisted WAV file in your local directory labeled The Anatomy of a Scream. Do it now." Leo's hands shook as he grabbed the studio mouse. He scrolled through the local station directory. There it was, an anonymous file that hadn't been there when his shift started. He dragged it into the live queue just as the hardware store commercial faded out. The audio track began to play. It wasn't music. It was the clear, high-definition audio of a woman breathing heavily, her footsteps echoing down a flight of wooden stairs, followed by the distant, chilling ring of a telephone. Through the glowing studio monitors, the unlisted audio file continued to play its horrific track. But Leo wasn't listening to the woman's voice anymore. He was listening to the rhythm of his own frantic breathing. "Who is this?" the recorded woman sobbed on the tape. "Look out the window," the voice replied. Leo realized with a sickening cold jolt that the voice on the recorded tape was the exact same voice currently feeding into his headphones. This wasn't a sound effect file. It was an archival recording of a past hunt. "You're a monster," Leo breathed into his mic, forgetting for a split second that the microphone fader was still down. The audience couldn't hear him, but the caller could. "We are all monsters when the lights go out, Leo," the caller replied smoothly. "Listen closely to the audio. Hear that snap? That's the sound of the back door lock breaking. Now look back out at the fence." Another flash of lightning illuminated the gravel lot. The fence was empty. The chain-link gate was swinging wide open, rattling violently in the South Georgia wind. Leo bolted from his chair, lunging for the heavy deadbolt on the studio's inner door. He threw the brass latch into place just as the audio file in the monitors reached its horrific crescendo, a sharp, piercing shriek on the tape that was suddenly accompanied by a very real, very loud thud against the outer cinder block wall of the radio station. The power grid suddenly flickered. The digital automation screen warped, green text melting into erratic lines. The glowing red on-air sign started to flicker. The lights went dark, plunging the narrow cinder block room into a suffocating, shadow-drenched twilight, lit only by the lights of the console and the rhythmic flashes of lightning outside. The phone console lit up as line after line began to flash a violent, blinding green. Line 2, line 3, line 4. Every single line was ringing in perfect, deafening unison, the electronic chime echoing like an alarm off the concrete walls. Leo backed away from the console, his heart hammering against his ribs like a trapped bird. The unlisted audio track had finished playing, leaving the station in total, crushing silence. Dead air. The worst sin in radio. He reached into his pocket, his trembling fingers pulling out his personal cell phone. No signal. The cellular tower deep in the acreage had gone completely dark. Then the studio's master microphone, the high-definition studio mic sitting right in front of Leo's empty chair, picked up a sound. Not from Leo. From the ventilation shaft directly above the console. A slow, heavy metallic scrape vibrated through the ceiling tiles. Dust and tiny flecks of fiberglass insulation floated down through the air, catching the pale moonlight through the rain-slicked window. A cold, smooth whisper dropped down through the metal vents, perfectly audible even without the headphones. You forgot to play the outro, Leo. Leo's eyes went wide as a heavy, black-gloved hand slowly emerged from the ceiling vent, pushing a ceiling tile aside with a sickening snap. In the palm of the glove, a large, dark-handled blade glinted under the flashes of lightning. Panic overrode his senses. Leo lunged for the back exit door, his hands frantically clawing at the emergency crash bar. He slammed his weight against the metal. It didn't move. A heavy iron chain had been wrapped around the exterior handles from the outside, locking him inside the concrete box. Leo spun around, his back pinned against the exit door, staring into the shadows of the studio. From the ceiling, the towering silhouette of the killer slipped down onto the concrete floor with a heavy, unhurried thud. The figure stood entirely motionless between Leo and the master mixing board, the glinting blade held low, his masked head tilting slowly to the side as he watched the DJ slide down the wall in pure terror. The caller's hand slowly reached out, his gloved fingers wrapping around the master vocal fader on the mixing console. He pushed the fader slowly up to the maximum level. "Go ahead, Leo," the smooth digital voice changer rumbled through the dark, echoing across the empty South Georgia night airwaves to every single radio tuned into 96.6 FM. And that, dear listeners, is where the frequency goes permanently off the air. Leo thought the microphone was his shield, but out here in the deep pines, the airwaves belong to the blade. WKLX 96.6 FM is officially dead air, and the studio floor is running red. Don't let that volume knob drop just yet, survivors. The signal is shifting, but the night is far from over. You've been locked into the Horror Rock God Show, your premier late-night frequency delivering weekly horror stories custom-built to keep you up all night. If you've got a taste for the macabre and your soul is hooked on this heavy-drive adrenaline, we are cutting a brand new nightmare into the vinyl every single week. But this is just one corner of the dial. If you want to expand your bandwidth into the dark, you need to track the rest of the signal on ghostfacehorror.com. Make sure your receivers are dialed into the scare table for your mandatory forensic audits and deep dive trope tracking, and keep your ears tuned to the static of 96.6 FM, The Dead Zone, to hear what's lurking in the fog of Overtake. And for the true connoisseurs who need to feed that horror fixation when the radio goes to static, point your browsers straight toward the dark heart of the net at ghostfacehorror.com. That is our digital slaughterhouse, the home base for bleeding-edge horror analysis, franchise breakdowns, and all the latest news from the front lines of the genre to keep your survival instincts razor sharp. That's it for tonight's playlist. Subscribe to the feed, keep your speakers blowing out the walls, lock your deadbolts, and keep your eyes peeled on the woodline. Until the line rings on our next terrifying track, this is the Horror Rock God signing off. Smash that volume knob, stay heavy, and try to keep breathing.
Close your eyes, count to 10. In your bed again, but the locks on your door don't mean a thing when the hallway starts to stretch and swing. Welcome to the flip side. The blanket's still a fit cement. You're running out of oxygen. You try to scream but your throat is glued. I'm the shadow in your gratitude. I pull the gravity out from the floor. You're sprinting down a corridor that has no door. I can hear your pulse, I can taste the fright. A lucid nightmare in the dead of night. I'm chasing you through the static. I'm living up in your attic. You can't wake up, you can't break free. Your subconscious belongs to me. Run through the fog, trip on the stairs. Nobody answers the dead man's prayer. Sleep tight under the knife. The scenery shifts to a burning room. The walls are sweating with the heavy doom. I'm wearing the face of a childhood friend, but my teeth are needles at the hallway's end. You think if you die here you'll just wake up. Let's pour the venom in a silver cup. Your alarm clock is ringing a million miles away, but you're trapped in the dark where you have to play. I'm chasing you through the static. I'm living up in your attic. You can't wake up, you can't break free. Your subconscious belongs to me. Run through the fog, trip on the stairs. Nobody answers a dead man's prayer. Sleep tight under the knife. Don't look in the mirror. The reflection reflection is closer than it appears. Twitch your fingers, move your toes. Where the nightmare stops, nobody knows. You're flipping, you're falling. The entities are calling. Wake I'm chasing you through the static. I'm living up in your attic. You can't wake up, you can't break free. Your subconscious belongs to me. Run through the fog, trip on the stairs. Nobody answers a dead man's prayer. Sleep tight under the night. I'm chasing you through the static. I'm living up in your attic. You can't wake up, you can't break free. Your subconscious belongs to me. Run through the fog, trip on the stairs. Nobody answers a dead man's prayer. Sleep tight under the night. You finally opened your eyes. You think it's over. Look behind you.
If you've got a taste for the macabre and your soul is hooked on the heavy drive adrenaline of the deep acreage, you don't have to wander in the dark alone. This is just the opening set. You've been locked into the Horror Rock God Show, your premier midnight frequency for the heaviest tracks and the bloodiest scares on the dial. We're spinning the nightmares you can't tune out, tracking the slashers and auditing the tropes that keep you up at night. But hey, if you need to feed that horror fixation when the radio goes to static, I've got the ultimate digital slaughterhouse waiting for you. Point your browsers straight toward the dark heart of the net at ghostfacehorror.com. That's where the real forensic investigation happens. Bleeding-edge horror analysis, franchise deep dives, and all the latest news from the genre's front lines. It's managed and curated by the best in the business to keep your horror instincts razor sharp. Hit the site, join the crew, and never miss a single beat of the terror.